All right. Welcome back, everyone. Happy, what day is today? Thursday. Hope everybody's having a great day. I know I am, or I will be by the time you watch this because it's not Thursday, but I feel sure that I will be having a great day on Thursday because it's almost Friday. What can go wrong? So, we're going to jump back into the causes of World War I today. We're going to talk about militarism and alliances. But before we do that, wanted to remind you about the projects. Make sure you get your Google Doc papers/slides. Yes, even if you present, you still got to turn your slides in. So let's make sure we get those submitted by tomorrow night at 11:59 p.m. If you have any questions, let me know. All right, so enough about that. We're not in the Industrial Revolution anymore. We're in World War One. So let's get started. Militarism, right? So on Tuesday, we talked about imperialism and colonies everywhere. But were they really wanting to be there? Probably not. But anyway, yeah, imperialism, not great. But it's history, right? And we have to look at it from all sides. Okay. So these colonial powers, the big nations of the world, the Englands, the France, the Germany, the US even, these colonial powers wanted to protect their colonies and resources, right? Because if I'm getting a lot of, let's say, gold out of my colonies in Africa, let's say I'm England, I'm getting a lot of gold and a lot of coal and iron out of my countries in Africa, I'm going to want to protect them and make sure Germany over there, crazy Germany, doesn't get any ideas about taking over my colonies. So I'm going to send my military down there and kind of protect them, make sure nothing goes crazy. And then that's going to make Germany want to send their military down there and make sure I don't do anything crazy. We're going to have professional militaries. We're going to have militaries that are standing all the time, right? Not just during a time of war, because we need them now. We need them for all our colonies and things. These professional militaries became really, really popular for that, and also to prevent another person like Napoleon from gaining too much power. Right? We talked at the end of the French Revolution how one of the effects of Napoleon was professional standing armies, right? And the desire to have the best military and industrialization creating new equipment led to a massive arms race, right? We're trying to build all sorts of things. Not only are we having big, huge militaries, we're building new naval ships, we're building new and better rifles, machine guns have been invented, so we're building better machine guns, we're building better artillery pieces. We're saying, oh, well, that guy's cannon can only shoot a projectile 10 miles. Well, mine can shoot it 30 miles, so I'm better, And then the other guy says, oh, yeah, well, my new one can shoot it 40 miles. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. We got airplanes coming about. We got all sorts of stuff. And everybody's trying to one-up each other. Your army has 1,000,000 men. Oh, yeah? Well, mine's got 1.5 million men, and his has 2 million. And we've got this many tanks and airplanes, and we've got this many. And everybody's trying to one up each other. Militaries and equipment get huge. I mean, huge. And a big part of that is something called conscription. Conscription is forced military service. It's a draft. If you get conscripted, you get drafted, right? Conscription is a draft. Basically says you have to serve a certain amount of time in the armed forces, right? Us men in the US, When we turn 18, we register for what's called the Selective Service Act. And basically what that is if there is ever a draft, which there hasn't been since Vietnam, there likely won't be one. But if there is, we're registered for the draft, so we'll have a draft number. And if they say, oh, Mr. Lowe, it's your time to go, I got to go, right? And that's getting conscripted, okay? And let's look at military spending. Now, this is in pounds, but let's look at it. So here, that's a big spike. So this is the U.S. during the Civil War, right? But let's look at all these other countries. Let's see. So let's look at late 1800s, early 1900s. So let's go here. 1885, highest ones around, 40,000? Yeah, that's not a lot. But then let's go up here. Whoa, by 1900, England was fighting a war in 1900. That's why that's so high. But even still, we got a lot. The United States fought a war here. That's why that was so high. But even so, we're growing. Then from 1900 to 1913, we're growing even more. Everybody's up here around the 60,000 range. But look at Germany. Germany's up past 80,000. Germany is saying, hey, we are going to show everybody how great we are. And that could be a little dangerous. Now, everybody's favorite thing, alliances. Now, this is going to get confusing on Friday, but I promise I will help you, okay? So alliances are crucial. Alliances, if you're in an alliance with somebody, that means you're on a team, right? You're fighting together, right? Everybody wants backup if they have to get in a fight, especially with all this militarism, right? Because if you get in a fight with somebody who's got a bigger army than you, you're going to want some backup. And in Europe, two main alliance systems came about. Now, there were smaller ones. There were ones with two countries, but not a third. And there were all this. But these are the two that are going to get us into some trouble tomorrow. The Triple Alliance and the Triple Entente. The Triple Alliance was made up of Germany, Austria-Hungary, yes, that is one country, and Italy. The Triple Entente, that's how you say that, it's a French word. It's made up of Great Britain, France, and Russia, okay? And the premise of this is if one of them gets attacked, they all get attacked. So, for example, if Germany attacks France, England and Russia are going to declare war on Germany, which is then going to make Austria, Hungary, and Italy declare war on all three. Okay? And we'll talk more about that tomorrow because it's going to get super confusing. But that's the general idea of alliances. Okay? So let me move myself out of the way again. So here's a map of alliances in 1914. So here in the center, we've got the Triple Alliance, the German Empire, the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and Italy. Don't pay attention to any of these lines. Don't pay attention to that. And then here is the Triple Entente. You've got England, you've got France, and you've got Russia. So you'll notice that the Triple Entente kind of surrounds the Triple Alliance. We might talk about that here in a little bit. All right. So just keep that in mind. So today we talked about militarism and alliances. Yesterday we talked about imperialism. Tomorrow we're going to talk about nationalism and the spark. Ooh, scary. We're going to talk about what sparks it all. What sets off the world war? Well, the first one anyway. What puts the world at war? To find out, come back tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you're turning in your projects. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.